Bocconi's Diversity and Inclusion podcast, Think Diverse, is part of an overall diversity and inclusion strategy that Bocconi embarked on several years ago. It included an executive dean on diversity and inclusion, that's myself, and also a large array of projects and policies that help us to basically reach our diversity and inclusion goals on Bocconi campus to make sure that everybody can work and study and reach their fullest potential regardless of their background. This particular podcast highlights Bocconi professors that discuss a range of topics that they have researched. Think, for example, about gender equality, LGBTQ rights, the rights of immigrants, or inequality. And these Bocconi professors summarize their main research findings and highlight the policy implications of their findings, and therefore gives a complete picture of the research that's done on diversity and inclusion within the Bocconi community. I think it's really important for people to listen to the Think Diverse podcast of Bocconi University because it really provides a cutting-edge research insight of Bocconi professors on a large array of diversity and inclusion topics, and it also outlines how we can move from the research findings to action. So what the podcast outlines in that in particular areas there are huge inequalities and huge inequities, it provides people with the facts and help us to translate our diversity and inclusion ideals into concrete action. So some of the episodes of the Think Diverse podcast focus particularly on gender and focusing also on the differences between women and men when it comes to their labor market opportunities, when it comes to their work, when it comes to their caring responsibilities. And I think it's really crucial in the context of International Women's Day, where we try to bring to attention that there are indeed gaps based on gender, i.e. that there are gender gaps in pay, that there's gender gaps in opportunities, and that there's a glass ceiling still in many of the organizations, either public or private, in which we cooperate. And I think it's really important to focus on these particular themes in our episodes because the researchers in Bocconi have really studied the gender gaps, brought them into light, and basically developed a good indication of the facts concerning these gender gaps. And that allows us really to combat some of these inequalities based on gender and to move again from a principle of gender equality to concrete action to actually combat some of the gender gaps that seem to persist.